Well, this is scenic. Anyway, down to business. Henning Pauly. You might recognize the name. He's the bald German man who reviews gear on YouTube. Anyway, a little while ago, Henning told me that he was recording this songwriting course. Okay. Then he told me how long the course was. It's 52 hours long. Okay. And then he asked if I would do a review of it. So he was very specific. He wanted a KDH review. So I will oblige. I put the hours in, not 52 hours, but enough time to give you... In most products it would be an in-depth review. This is going to be a brief overview because 52 hours. It's a long time. Also, I was offered an affiliate link, but I don't think I'm going to take it. So whether you buy this course or not, it doesn't affect me. This is just my overview. So I've written down some notes here, so please excuse me if I refer to them. But there are 4 sections. The first one is harmony. Now, admittedly, I spent the least amount of time on this section, and it is a big section, but I spent enough time to give you a brief overview and just my brief thoughts on it. It's very in-depth. There is quite a bit to it. It is very long. There's a lot on chords and modes and just all of that stuff that you would expect there is there. I didn't really feel like anything was lacking. The standout to me was there are real-world examples, looking at real songs, real lyrics, and showing you where they fit together. They're showing you the building blocks of actual music so you can kind of create your own. That's the point, I think. Now, moving on to a section that I did actually spend quite a bit of time on, the lyrics section. And I'll start with my favorite part, the jingles. Now, this is the showcase that these guys know what they're talking about, and they back it up with actual songs that you can listen to. A primary example is the Don's car dealership jingle. There are a plethora of jingles written in all these different genres, and they show you like from classic country.
Well, I just walked on to Don's car line. They've got over 300 cars and trucks now, ain't that a bunch?
To rap, to not just rock and metal, but rock and metal in different bands, genres. And I'm going to show some examples like Creed.
350 cars to choose. With 2.9%, yeah, I can do $149 a month with 0 down. Let me traveling on.
Limp Bizkit.
What about APR? Let's low at 2.9. Then for $149 a month, you better get in line.
And my absolute favorite, it's done so well, the Metallica one.
So for Metallica, you want wah. You want that James Hetfield thing. So we had to have go wah, do wah. Because that's the characteristic thing, because we got 30 seconds to make people understand roughly what band you're emulating.
I need a car, but I have no dough. Come on, tell me, man, where could I go? 2.9% is what I found. $49 a month with 0 down. Colorado Center is the place to go. Get it and done. Colorado Center.
Like, I actually left this segment wanting to buy a second-hand car from Don's. It really showcases how powerful a jingle can be, and it's a showcase on how you can write powerful jingles. Now, the lyrics section feels like it covers everything. Obviously, that's not true. It can't do that. That would be impossible. And the name of the course kind of implies that. It's the almost but not quite complete guide to songwriting. I feel like it covers a lot, but some things are more covered in a general sense. For example, metal. Metal has so many subgenres, like you can't cover that in an hour. But you can cover core elements that all of them share in an hour. So it's more of a general sense of things. The lyric writing gives you the building blocks to write lyrics, but to be fair, some of these lyrics can be a bit cliche. Now, I do understand the merits of cliches, because obviously you're not going to be singing about riding on a highway to hell in a Disney song, nor are you likely to be singing about ponies and sweet dreams in a metal song. It's probably not going to happen. Not to say that you can't do that. You can, no one's stopping you, but this is a songwriting course that has to teach you the rules before it can teach you to break them. This course doesn't really actually have teaching you to break the rules. So they're teaching you the rules, and you can apply the stuff that you're learning in the Disney section into your metal writing if you wanted to. But just to note that the lyrics specifically for metal or for classic rock are more cliche lyrics. And to be completely clear, this isn't like a heavy criticism, because the cliche lyrics of classic rock do often show up in classic rock, and they do show examples. Like, take an AC/DC song, just about any of them actually, and you can find one of the core elements of lyric writing somewhere in there. So they're not wrong about these cliches. It's just, it's not pushing the boundaries for you personally in your writing, but that's more up to you anyway. They're giving you the building blocks. Now, a great part of this section is the demonstrations. The demonstrations of songs that they've written as examples, and you can see the elements that they're talking about in these songs. Fantastic. There was one bit though that kind of distracted me, or one element that did show up a couple of times throughout these certain demonstrations. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm going to show you probably the most obvious one example that I can think of from this, and you tell me what you think I was distracted by. I was left wondering, is this course sponsored? And I actually had to ask Henning if it was, which, you know, you shouldn't have to do when you buy a course. But no, apparently it's not. It's just, these were the only recordings that he had of the song examples that he had written, and they were used in demos that were on YouTube. That's his job. So while the course that you're buying isn't sponsored, which is good, it is just a little bit strange to see, and a bit distracting, at least I found it to be, on the first initial viewing. The third section also had some real gems in it, like turning a riff into a song. This is probably the most common problem I think guitar players face anyway. I think most guitar players that I know have a list as long as their arm of different riffs that they've written, but they've never been able to turn them into a song, and if they do, the song is just the riff. So this is a really good way to help you turn all your riffs into songs. It gives you, again, the building blocks. I keep saying that, but that's what it is. It's giving you the tools in which to do certain things. It also has the opposite as well, turning chords into riffs. If you just don't know how to write a riff and that you can then turn into a song, it's kind of showing you, building you up from kind of ground zero, which is a good thing. It's probably not tailored towards too many guitar players because, like I said, at least my experience is most guitar players come up with a whole bunch of riffs. But if you're just starting out on guitar, or you're a multi-instrumentalist, maybe you're like mainly on piano and you can play a bit of guitar but you're only playing chords, maybe this is more suited towards you, and it will again build you up into writing a full song with a good guitar riff. Now, per genre, there probably could be a bit more. Like, that's kind of stupid to say in a 52-hour course, right? But stick with me, because if you're specifically, like, if you just want to write metal music, there's not going to be as much as if you wanted to write metal and rock, or rock and, I don't know, Disney songs or whatever. If you wanted to expand your writing range, you're probably going to get a lot more out of this. The interview section was surprisingly good, and I say that because I wasn't initially interested in watching any of these. I didn't want to watch an interview with someone who I really didn't know who they were. I thought it would be mind-numbingly boring, but it wasn't. It didn't matter that I didn't know who they were, because these aren't your typical interviews. These aren't your, how's the tour going? Tell me about a funny story with a band member. These are down-to-business songwriting interviews about how artists write songs, and you're seeing different perspectives and different genres of songwriting. Way more interesting than I thought it would be. There's 2 parts per interview. There's the interview itself, and then there's an analysis of a song written by that songwriter. Genuinely, actually pretty cool, and it's not filler like I thought it was going to be. It makes sense being in this course. Now, this course is absolutely massive. 52 hours is nuts, which means that this review is more of a brief overview. But overall, my experience was positive. And I can see 2 types of people who would get absolutely everything from this course. Because, like as I said, if you just want to be a metal writer, you'll get a lot out of it, but you won't be taking 52 hours from it. The people that would be those who have never written a song before and just don't know how. They don't know where to start. Well, this gives you, I'm going to say the buzzword again, building blocks on how to do that. And I have no doubt that even just a few hours in, not even finishing the course, you'd be able to write something. And that's a really good thing to say about a songwriting course. In saying that, there is another way of looking at it, and that's that this is for people who have writer's block. The people who have a bit of a song or have some ideas, they have the inspiration, but can't get it onto a page, can't get it into music. They can use these tools to know where to start, because sometimes when you have writer's block, you don't know how to start. So that's actually quite good. There are tricks that you can revert to get you out of that block. So anyway, that's my overview of this course. I thought it was pretty good. Obviously, again, 52 hours. I did not watch the full 52 hours, so I can't say that it's a full review, because it's not. But I did enjoy it, and I think it's rather underpriced for 52 hours. I think it's $2.99 now, and then it's going up in like a week and a half probably from upload. I'm uploading this late. Sorry about that. But yeah, there's a link below. It's not an affiliate link, so check it out if you want to. Like the video, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.